Hi friends! Today I want to share with you a practice that helps me return to a state of calm, to regulate my own nervous system when it is, you know, intensely responding, or I should say reacting to the world around me, when I'm upset, when I'm angry, when I'm out of sorts. This practice is an acronym. I know there's so many acronyms in the world. I can't remember all of them, but I do remember this one. It's called R.A.I.N. And in my mind, I actually say, I need to let it rain. Let it rain. And R.A.I.N stands for recognize, accept, investigate, and nurture. Now, the original acronym was developed by Michelle McDonald, a senior mindfulness teacher, as a way to expand self-awareness. I believe for her, the N stood for not identify, meaning don't identify. You are not your feelings. But we've adapted it, I've adapted it, many others have. We make the N mean nurture. So let me give you an example. Let me talk through it and then give you an example or two. R, recognize. So just really notice when you're experiencing something, such as irritation at someone's tone or within your own self. Step back into observation mode. Without getting into the why, the what, the where, the backstory, the context, you can just name what is present. Just naming emotions helps to tame them. It activates the part of our brain that pulls us out of our stress response. So just acknowledge, I'm irritated, or this is a feeling of irritation. And if you can't kind of lay the name to it, just describe, I'm feeling tightness in my chest, I'm feeling clenching in my stomach and my jaw, I'm feeling amped up. Just describe what you're feeling, recognize. Then the A is accept or allow. Just acknowledge your experience as what is so right now, even if it's unpleasant, and refrain from judging yourself or the emotion of the experience. Just recognize what it is and then allow it. Say, this is so right now. Try to have a sense of self-compassion rather than criticism. Don't add to the difficulty of the painful emotion or the unpleasant experience by judging it and being critical with yourself. So you recognize, oh, my shoulders are tense, I'm clenching my jaw. You might even say to yourself, I really want to thump that guy in the forehead. I don't condone violence. This is just in your own mind. You're acknowledging what you want, not what you will do. So recognize, accept it. This is so. In a bigger context, right now, in the midst of the pandemic, you might be upset about the way certain people are behaving. And so the first step of recognizing that behavior is difficult, problematic, accepting that all throughout history, other people have also had problematic behaviors that maybe don't align with your morals. That would be the step 2 in that scenario. Step 3, investigate. Try to just come at this with an attitude of curiosity and interest and openness, not detached, but a gentle, kind of kind-hearted, loving exploration. I wonder why I'm feeling this way. I wonder what happened to me. I wonder what this might trigger or why this might cause stress. I wonder what might have happened to that other individual to drive them to the behavior they're having. Really investigate with an attitude of tenderness, friendliness, open to other aspects of the experience. Like you might have this enraged response, but then dig a little deeper and find out that you're feeling just completely gutted and heartbroken. It's okay for your inquiry to be guided by your own insight. Of course, it must be. But stay close to the raw experience. Stay close to what is going on and not analyzing yourself. So again, recognize, accept or allow, investigate, or you might like the word inquire. And then once you've really figured out what's happening, accepted what is happening, kind of investigated why it might be happening, then nurture. There's the N. Let it rain. Nurture. And for you, nurture might look different than what it might look like for me, but we all do know some of those key things that help us feel calm, safe, happy, loved, and grounded. So now I'm going to walk through R.A.I.N with you with a physical experience. I had my first dose of the COVID vaccine recently, and I had a powerful, strong immune system response. And I was suffering. I was in great physical pain with this response in a very short time period. Started 12 hours after the vaccine, was gone by 48 hours. But in those moments, I literally felt like every muscle was being torn apart, every bone being broken. The muscle pain, the joint pain was really, truly indescribable, and a fever too, and some other deep discomforts. And so what I did was first I just recognized and realized this is a response. This is an immune system response. This is my body fighting the what it thought was the virus. It was the mRNA from the vaccine. And then accepting, yes, this is what it is. It's awful. It is pain. And in the acceptance of the pain, I knew from the research that when we allow ourselves to express pain, it actually relieves suffering. So at that point, when I actually accepted what was going on, I started allowing myself to cry. I started allowing myself to moan. I started allowing myself to make noise that expressed this physical suffering I was having. And it did ease a little of the pressure. The third thing is investigate. I like to use my brain to distract myself from certain unpleasant feelings. And so I went into the research. Why am I in so much pain after the COVID vaccine? What is going on? How does COVID attack the muscles initially? How does the vaccine work? What's going on internally? I used my brain to kind of investigate what might be happening and why, and then nurture. I started alternating 1,000 milligrams of acetaminophen with 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, kind of round the clock. I hydrated with fluids. I laid down and took a nap. I distracted myself in certain other ways. I gave myself a heating pad. I gave myself the nurture of holding a loving, cuddly cat. I did some good things for myself and kind of nurtured myself through the pain. So R.A.I.N is not just helpful for interpersonal discomfort. It's not just helpful for when you have your own unregulated stress response and suffering. It's also helpful in some physical situations. So there it is. The acronym is R.A.I.N. Recognize, accept, investigate, nurture. I hope this practice will help you when you need to let it rain. I hope this R.A.I.N practice will help you live well today.